Welcome boys to how to hit a football with power. This is just how I learned it, so I'm not saying it's 100% going to work for you, but in my opinion I have quite a powerful shot. I have the most powerful shot to basically whatever team I go. So yeah, I'm just going to explain a couple of tips of how to get the most powerful shot possible. So boys, while I'm talking, I'm just going to have a couple of clips playing in the background just so you can see kind of like my technique when I do hit the ball. So yeah, then I'm going to voice over my quick tips of how you can get more power in your shots. So the main thing when you're shooting, obviously if you're going for a curler or if you're just hitting a power shot, is you need to make sure you get the principles right first of all. So you need to make sure your body shape's right, your arm, obviously because for example, if I'm shooting with my right foot, my left arm has to be in the right sort of position when I'm shooting, and basically your whole body posture has to be in that good position when you're taking a strike so that you can maximize the power. So I would say just practice it from a dead ball situation, just absolutely hitting it with the right sort of technique. Obviously using all the principles, and that's how I'd say you should start training to shoot with the most power possible. Then once you build up a decent bit of power and it's starting to come a bit easy, then you can start to move on into dribbling and then taking a shot and more game realistic sort of stuff. Another good tip is that you got to make sure you don't try and kick the ball too hard, because a lot of people you say to them kick it with power and they'll try and kick the ball too hard. So you got to make sure you don't kick it too hard and don't try too hard to get much power into it, because otherwise you normally drag it and it doesn't actually go as powerful as you want it. So make sure when you're kicking it, do not try and kick the ball too hard. Then another thing is obviously building your legs up. So for example, going gym, building your legs up with weights and everything also makes you have a lot more powerful shot, because your legs are more powerful, therefore you're going to have the more powerful shot. And then the final tip, and probably the most important tip, is that you've got to be consistent with the shots. For example, you can't just go down there one day and then give it 2 weeks and then go down there another day. You got to make sure you're consistent with the training so that you're training the right technique basically every day. Maybe if you can't do it every day, try and do it every other day. Just try and do it as much as possible so you get that right technique, and then your shots, you'll see, start to become a lot more powerful. So yeah, they are my tips. Now I'm just going to play some videos on my shooting, obviously when I'm shooting it with power, and we're going to play it once with normal speed and then once with half speed, just so you can more analyze in depth if you want to my shooting. So yeah, they are my tips. Obviously everyone does have a slightly different sort of technique when they're hitting the ball, so yeah, you'll develop that by yourself though. But I would say make sure you get the principles right, because the principles are the most important thing when you're shooting the ball. So yeah, they are my tips, and thank you for watching.
Finish.